all about asking for help when you need it.
Make it through today's 100, come back and drop Day 5 done below.
Ready?
Let's go.
Excuse me, could you help me for a second?
Excuse me, could you help me for a second?
I'm looking for the train station.
I'm looking for the train station.
Am I going in the right direction?
Am I going in the right direction?
Sorry, is this the way to the museum?
Sorry, is this the way to the museum?
I always ask twice if I'm not sure.
I always ask twice if I'm not sure.
Do you know a good shortcut around here?
Do you know a good shortcut around here?
I don't always understand the first time.
I don't always understand the first time.
Could you speak a little slower, please? Could you speak a little slower, please?
How far is it from here?
How far is it from here?
People are usually happy to help. People are usually happy to help. Asking for directions is easier than it looks. Asking for directions is easier than it looks. Nobody minds being stopped for a moment.
Nobody minds being stopped for a moment.
I never feel embarrassed asking for help.
I never feel embarrassed asking for help.
That kindness always surprises me.
That kindness always surprises me.
Thanks very much. That's really helpful.
Thanks very much. That's really helpful.
Talking to someone always feels better than guessing.
Talking to someone always feels better than guessing.
I'd rather ask than walk the wrong way. I'd rather ask than walk the wrong way.
Sorry, do you know where the post office is?
Sorry, do you know where the post office is?
Strangers are usually kinder than you expect.
Strangers are usually kinder than you expect.
Most people slow down to help.
Most people slow down to help.
Sorry to bother you. Do you have a minute?
Sorry to bother you. Do you have a minute?
Could you take a look at this for me?
Could you take a look at this for me? Would you mind helping me with something?
Would you mind helping me with something?
Two people always see more than one. Two people always see more than one.
I ask a colleague whenever I'm stuck.
I ask a colleague whenever I'm stuck.
Could you check this before I send it?
Could you check this before I send it?
I'd really appreciate your help with this. I'd really appreciate your help with this. Doing it alone would have taken hours. Doing it alone would have taken hours.
I always offer to help my colleagues, too.
I always offer to help my colleagues, too.
Nobody expects you to know everything.
Nobody expects you to know everything.
Asking for help is not a weakness.
Asking for help is not a weakness.
I used to try to do everything myself.
I used to try to do everything myself.
Now I ask and things move much faster.
Now I ask and things move much faster.
It took me years to learn that lesson. It took me years to learn that lesson. Could you explain that part again? Could you explain that part again? I'm not quite sure how this works. I'm not quite sure how this works.
Would you mind showing me once more?
Would you mind showing me once more? I always ask early rather than late. I always ask early rather than late. Could you give me a hand with this? Could you give me a hand with this? This box is much heavier than it looks. This box is much heavier than it looks. My neighbor always helps me carry things. My neighbor always helps me carry things. I try to return the favor when I can. I try to return the favor when I can. Would you mind holding the door for me? Would you mind holding the door for me? My hands are completely full right now. My hands are completely full right now. Thanks so much. That's very kind of you. Thanks so much. That's very kind of you. I try to do the same for others. I try to do the same for others. A small favor costs nothing at all. A small favor costs nothing at all. A kind gesture can change someone's day. A kind gesture can change someone's day. Can I help you with those bags? Can I help you with those bags? Do you need a hand with anything? Do you need a hand with anything? Let me get that for you. Let me get that for you. People help far more than we expect. People help far more than we expect. Kindness is easier than most people think. Kindness is easier than most people think. I always say thank you properly. I always say thank you properly. A real thank you means a lot. A real thank you means a lot. Sorry, I don't understand that word. Sorry, I don't understand that word. Could you explain that more simply, please? Could you explain that more simply, please? What does this word mean exactly? What does this word mean exactly? Could you write it down for me? Could you write it down for me? I always ask when I'm not completely sure. I always ask when I'm not completely sure. It's better to ask than to guess. It's better to ask than to guess. I never feel bad about asking twice. I never feel bad about asking twice. Nobody expects perfect English from me. Nobody expects perfect English from me. I always write things down afterwards. I always write things down afterwards. Could you repeat the last part? Could you repeat the last part? Sometimes I just miss one or two words. Sometimes I just miss one or two words. I ask them to say it a different way. I ask them to say it a different way. I'd rather ask than misunderstand something. I'd rather ask than misunderstand something. Asking questions makes everything easier. Asking questions makes everything easier. I always leave feeling more relaxed afterwards. I always leave feeling more relaxed afterwards. One good question saves a lot of worry. One good question saves a lot of worry. Staying quiet only makes things worse. Staying quiet only makes things worse. Could I ask you one more question? Could I ask you one more question? Thanks for taking the time to explain.
Thanks for taking the time to explain.
Learning to ask takes a bit of practice.
Learning to ask takes a bit of practice.
The first time always feels the hardest.
The first time always feels the hardest.
I still hesitate for a second sometimes.
I still hesitate for a second sometimes.
I ask anyway, and it always turns out fine.
I ask anyway, and it always turns out fine.
People are far kinder than we expect.
People are far kinder than we expect.
Nobody has ever really refused to help me. Nobody has ever really refused to help me.
I try to remember that when I'm nervous. I try to remember that when I'm nervous.
Speaking up feels much less frightening now.
Speaking up feels much less frightening now.
I ask without thinking twice about it now.
I ask without thinking twice about it now.
Could you show me one more time, please?
Could you show me one more time, please?
Communication matters more than grammar.
Communication matters more than grammar.
I've stopped worrying about small mistakes.
I've stopped worrying about small mistakes.
Every question I ask makes me a little braver.
Every question I ask makes me a little braver.
I used to be far too shy to ask.
I used to be far too shy to ask.
Nobody is judging your English as much as you think.
Nobody is judging your English as much as you think.
So ask, even when it feels uncomfortable.
So ask, even when it feels uncomfortable. That's exactly how you get better. That's exactly how you get better.
People are almost always glad to help.
People are almost always glad to help. Asking for help builds trust, not weakness. Asking for help builds trust, not weakness.
I offer help before anyone even asks.
I offer help before anyone even asks.
I've learned to ask without over-explaining.
I've learned to ask without over-explaining.
People remember kindness longer than perfection.
People remember kindness longer than perfection.
I try to help a stranger every week. I try to help a stranger every week. Confidence grows every time you ask something new. Confidence grows every time you ask something new. I never regret reaching out for help.
I never regret reaching out for help.
So the next time you're stuck, just ask. So the next time you're stuck, just ask.
That's another 100 sentences behind you and a genuinely useful skill, asking for help without hesitating.
If you made it through all of them, drop Day 5 done in the comments.
And if today got away from you, that's all right. You still showed up, and that matters.
Comment I practiced today. Instead, showing up and practicing still counts.
And if you enjoy learning English with us, a like and a subscription help us keep going.
Every one of you makes this community a little bit bigger. Thank you.
Tomorrow, we're diving into a busy day, full schedules, running late, and everything in between.
See you then, English adventurers.